Hey ladies, it's Tanner. Welcome to another video, and do I have a story time for you? So if you guys watched my previous video, if you didn't, link in the description, go watch it. I made some white trash cookies. If you watched that video, you know that my doorbell rang, play the clip. The next thing you need. And I told you guys that I would make a story time about this. So, on that day, I was filming a video, clearly. I live by myself right now. I'm not expecting anyone. If someone wants in, Gabe would text me, he would barge in. Gabe would knock on the door, ring the doorbell a million times. He would do something out of the ordinary so I know it's him, or literally anyone else. They would just call, because who rings the doorbell? Like you just saw, the doorbell rang, and when a doorbell rings, I kind of get triggered. I have bad experiences when people ring doorbells. I know that's odd and weird, but whatever. The doorbell rang, I'm not expecting anyone, maybe who knows? So I'm like, okay, so I keep the camera recording, and I wish I would have brought it closer because I have audio footage, but you can't really hear them. It's really bad sound quality, so I'm not even gonna try. I look through the peephole, and it's a man, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. He has a whole bunch of papers. So I opened the door, and I was like, hi, can I help you? And he was like, yeah, I'm just getting signatures for this petition. It had something to do with something, I don't know. Before I signed it, I was like, can you explain a little more to me? So I listened to what he had to say about the petition. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll sign it. And he has a really crappy pen. It's not a good pen. I'm sitting here having to rewrite things because it's not writing. And while I'm doing that, he is like, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm fine. How are you? And he's like, I'm fine, I'm just going around getting people to sign these petitions. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. He's like, I'm from Florida. And I'm like, okay. And then he asked me, do you live here alone? And I'm like, no, I have a roommate. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, so what are you up to? And I'm like, well, I'm just filming a YouTube video. He's like, oh, what are you filming? I'm like, I'm filming how to make white trash cookies. And he was like, oh, that's cool. He was like, so do you want some company? And I'm like, I'm really busy right now. I'm doing some work. I can't really, hang out right now. And he's like, well, are you sure? We could just chill for a little bit. And I'm just like, no, I think I'm fine. It's okay. I was like, I really have to get this done. It's 5 o'clock. I want to get this video up by no later than 8. You catch my feel. I had a legitimate excuse. And because that was creepy. He was like, oh, are you done signing the petition? I'm like, no. I was like, your pen is not writing. It won't write. And so I'm like, I'm going over things again because it won't write properly. I said, your pen's not writing. He was like,
my pen always writes.
And I'm like, no, it's really not writing. It won't write. He was like,
no, my pen writes every time.
And I'm like, he's talking about orifices that I don't want to talk about with a stranger, let alone literally anyone else. So that creeped me out. So I finished signing the petition. I don't care now that it doesn't have full ink everywhere. I don't care. He comes closer to me, and granted, he is in a way, he's halfway down the corridor. Whatever, not halfway, but this guy's far away. So it's not that big of a deal. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And he comes up to me to get the petition, and he flips it over, and he was like, do you want to sign this petition? And started going on about it. And I was like, I don't want to sign this one. I don't agree with it. And he was like, okay, that's fine. He was like, but are you sure you don't want to hang out? And I'm like, I have to work. I don't have time to hang out right now. Basically, he kept asking me to hang out, and I said no. I don't have time. I'm filming a YouTube video. I'm busy. Whatever. He's like, okay, well, he's like, let me know if you ever want to hang out. And I'm like, okay. So I closed the door. I call Gabe immediately. And while I'm talking to Gabe, I told him what's going on. All my windows are open because it's nice out and I want the windows open. And I didn't even realize that this guy could be at any other building in our apartment complex. Literally walk over to the window, talking loud as heck with the windows open, and he's standing right down there at the building next to me. And I'm mortified. I'm like, oh my God, Gabe, he's right there. I don't know what to do. And so before I filmed that video, I had to go get Gabe's ring light. Granted, I went over there, the door was unlocked, I got the ring light, and I left. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. And then Gabe's like, did you lock my door? And I'm like, oh my God, no. I was like, oh my God, what if he went in there? What if he went into Gabe and Alistair's apartment and took stuff? And so I'm freaking out. So I run over there. Praise the Lord, Alistair was in there. He was in there the whole time. I didn't even realize. But I was like, Alistair, I told him the whole situation, what's going on. So after like freaking out, and I tried to get a picture of him, but I couldn't because I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm taking pictures of you. Like, he might get the wrong idea. I don't really know. I was on the phone with Gabe. I was telling Alistair what was going on. And I was like, Alistair, get a picture of him. And because he's like in front of our apartment building, and I'm freaking out. A car pulls up in front of our apartment building, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna get this guy to sign his petition, so get a good picture. So Alistair's trying to get a picture, trying to be discreet about it, and he goes right past the guy that just pulled up, coming into our apartment building again. I left my apartment with the door unlocked, ran over to Alistair's to tell him what's going on. I'm over in Alistair's apartment, and I'm like, I left my door unlocked. I'm like, Alistair, I was like, shut the door, lock the door. I'm going to my apartment. So I go over to my apartment. I get in here, I lock the door, and I'm on the phone with Gabe. I'm freaking out. I'm next to the door. I'm looking through the peephole, and there he is walking up the steps. I'm freaking out. This guy is so creepy. And I'm just like, why would you talk to anyone like that? Like, I don't get it. And so he's walking up the stairs. My heart is beating so freaking fast. I don't even know what to do. I literally don't know what to do. I'm on the phone with Gabe. I'm like, Gabe, oh my God, he's coming up. He's walking up the stairs. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Doorbell rings. My heart literally sinks. And I'm like, this is it. This is literally it. I don't know what he's going to do to me. So I was like, Gabe, I gotta go. And so I hung up the phone, and I started recording on my phone, and I put it in my back pocket. I opened the door, and I was like, hey, like, you know I'm busy. Like, why are you bothering me? And he was like, are you sure you don't want to hang out? Like, we could hang out and, just chill. And I'm just like, I'm working. Like, I'm trying to make this YouTube video, and I got a lot of stuff going on right now. I don't have time. I'm sorry. He was like, well, how about I give you my number? And I'm like, sure. Thinking, just get his number so he'll leave and he won't come back, just get it, whatever. So I'm freaking out. I'm like recording on my phone. He's like, you got a phone on you? And I'm like, no, it's in the other room. I was like, do you have any pen and paper you could give me? He's like, yeah, totally. And he was like, my name's Dustin, by the way. I guess I'm going to use his name, like name drop right there. I don't care. So he writes his number down, and he's like, okay, well, call me later. And I'm like, okay. I shut the door. I'm literally, like, as he was writing his number down, my legs are trembling because I'm, like, panicking. And then I shut the door. He leaves. Praise the Lord. I have his number. I have his name. And so I call Gabe again. I'm like, Gabe, I just realized he has my name, my signature, and my address. I was like, he has all those things, and I'm freaking out. So he can literally just drop by my apartment anytime, knock on the freaking door, and see if I want to hang out, because his pin writes all the time. I don't even know what that means. I do know what that means, but still, that's a weird way to put it. Like, could you, like, do another line or something? He can look me up. He knows I do YouTube videos. He knows my address, and I'm just mortified. Like, I was, like, scared to sleep in my apartment by myself last night because I'm just freaking out. Thank God my new roommate just moved in, and I'm not here by myself anymore, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, the next day, like, this happened on Tuesday. It's Thursday. Wednesday, I had to work like a 10-hour day, and I like hid everything in my apartment. Anything that had value, I hid. I almost took it to work with me just so I knew it was safe, but like it was fine. All the locks are fine, anything. I don't know. I was just really paranoid. Like he was like invading my privacy. So like next time, I don't know. I don't know if I'll sign any petitions. This was just really scary to me. This has never happened. I feel like this happens to women a lot more than men. Women get catcalled a lot, and it's very disrespectful, and I don't feel like this guy should have talked to me that way because I'm signing a petition. I'm helping him out. Like, this is what he does for a living, I guess. I don't really know. I don't trust it. I don't know. But anyway, it was just really scary. I think it was more scary because I was by myself and I just didn't know what to do. I don't know if it was that thrilling or anything, but like it scared me. I'm still kind of scared. Just be careful and don't talk to people that way, I guess. And don't tell people that your pen always writes, because it didn't always write. Let me tell you, it did not have ink flowing out of it the whole time. Anyway, there's the story. A lot of people were asking for it, so there you go. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if I should do more story times in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. We are so close to 400 followers on Instagram. Let's get there. Hello. And subscribe, share this video with your friends, you guys. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you. Bye. But you gotta be there for me too.